Well, hello, this is Rosa RCG Patience. How are you doing? Bringing to you today breakfast egg muffins, and I like to use this little pan. It's from Pampered Chef. I think they call it a brownie pan, but I like it because it's just the right size and depth for one or two. You get to pick and choose. And what I did is I froze these from my last batch, and I was cutting up my veggies. And then this is homemade potatoes, and I already had cooked up my breakfast sausage, and I put it in here together, and I made this about a month ago. So actually, let's take this off. So this is what I'm going to use to speed up my breakfast for the day. Is if you dehydrate your potatoes and then rehydrate them, put them in a container just barely above the food with boiling hot water, let it soak for 20 minutes, then they're ready to eat, and they turn out just like this. And they're not, they are blanched, they're not cooked, but they are blanched and stuff. But I like veggies, onions, bell peppers. Hubby does not, so I'm making him his way, and then I'm going to add the veggies to mine, but we're going to put them all together in one pan. So you definitely want to grease and spray your pan. I've got bacon over here cooking, and I'm adding bacon to both of them. Let me see if I can zoom you in. Okay, yeah, I can zoom you in. There you go. You can see the bacon. Let me move this camera up. There we go. And I've got a cast iron bacon press on top, so the bacon doesn't curl. Let me zoom back out. And then I'm going to go ahead and get that cooking, and then I'll bring you when I get to the next step. I wanted to bring you up close. I'm going to show you when you, bear with me, I'm going to move the camera over. When you use your bacon press, look how flat the bacon is. Got one over there with that little fat all over it. It's kind of curled up, but the rest of it is really pretty flat. So I don't have to, here's the one right here that's got a bunch of fat on it too. I don't have to really use bacon press again the second time around. It's usually the first time for me anyway. I don't know what for anybody out there, but for me, that's how it works. So I just put it on the first roll, but I flip it, and I usually don't have to do it. So now I'm just waiting for that bacon to cook, and then we're going to start putting and assembling our stuff. We'll be back at the next phase. Okay, we're at the next phase, and I wanted to show you. I just broke this up because this is a small batch. It's just the two of hubby and me, and it's it. I see I crumpled it up, and I just crumpled it up with my fingers. Didn't do anything. Now, this one got a little too toasty. I like mine toasty, but not that toasty. And then we don't like to use a lot of the fat. Well, hubby does, but I don't give it to him because we are trying to lose some calories. So I keep the fat to the side, and actually I'm just going to throw that part away, but I'm going to wait when I do it the whole thing. I like my bacon a little on the crunchy side. He does not. So this is his bacon. This is my bacon. And I just put it at the very end because that's when I add my veggies to mine, because he doesn't like veggies. And because this is already blanched potatoes, and this is already cooked sausage, I don't have to cook it, because when it bakes in the oven, it's going to bake at 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes. After I do mine at 14 minutes, then I go and check them. And then if they look good, and look that they're ready, I take them out. But if not, I just continue to watch them every 3 minutes just to see if they're done or not, because everybody's oven is different. So let me go ahead. I've got... Alright, I thought I had some more eggs, but I didn't, so we only got 7 eggs, so we're just going to make with what we have. What you want to do is you want to spray your pan, or you can use silicone cupcake liners, spray your cookie sheet, your muffin pan, whatever pan, and I'm going to use this just because of the size. And I got to get my pan. And I like to use butter flavor spray pan. just because I like the added flavor. I'm only going to do a few because I only have 7 eggs. And I don't like to spray my pans until I know I'm going to use it, because that coating bakes into the pan, and it's extra cleanup for me at the end. So I like to use a fork. You can use a whisk to scramble up your eggs. And then of course you want to season your eggs with whatever you want. Salt and pepper, any additional seasonings, of your whatever you want to make them with. I'm going to scramble them up pretty darn good. Typically it doesn't take that long, but I don't like any of that yolk runny stuff in there. And if you have one of those little electric little whiskers things, those work really well. Save a lot of time. But for something this small, if I was doing a big double batch, I would definitely do all that. But for something this small, I'm not doing it. For the simple fact is, look, I'm done. Didn't take that long. Now, because we're both going to eat the sausage and potatoes, I'm going to put that in there. Whisk that up. Stir that up a little bit. And this is all hubby's going to get, except for I'm going to add his bacon to his. So he's going to get the 2 in the center, if I have that much, because I make sure that you want to fill them about 3/4 full, because they are going to rise as they bake. So that's what's always good. It's nice to have a container that has a spout. Oops, that one got a little too overfull. I'm going to take some of that out. So you do measure, pour slowly, because it will puff up on you. Those chunks of sausage and meat are, I'm not going to pour that one very much. I'm going to get some of that one from that one and pour in here and get a spoon. I'm just going to take some out of here and pour it in this one, because I got way definitely more than it should. And I don't want them to puff up and overflow, because I want them to also look a little pretty. This just take a little bit of time and patience, but when you're making something like this, it's good to have that. That one could add a little bit more to that one. Well, I really overflowed this one. Okay, I think one more scoop and I think I'm done. Okay, yeah, that looks good. I'm going to put the spoon here on the bacon thing in case I mess up again. Let me get my spray. I think I have maybe enough room for 3 more. Let me just do 2. Let's see what we get. Okay. Maybe able to get it 2 more. Because don't forget, I'm going to be adding my veggies on mine, and I think I might even get 2 more here. And you want to put plenty of oil, because you definitely don't want this to stick. So don't be chinchy on your spray mint. It's your spray. Or if you want to, you can do your hand butter, or some people do lard with a paper towel, your fingers. I prefer the spray just because it's easier. And the fact that it's got the butter in it, I like that extra butter. Okay. I think we're going to have enough for actually all 12. So I'm going to go ahead and do them all. And let's see what we get. Oh, my oven's heated up, it's ready to bake. Again, like I said, there was 350 for 15 to 20 minutes. That one's going to be a lot of potato. But you know what? Got my spoon right here. And I'm going to add more potato. This is what's nice when you, afterwards, you can see, well, I got extra potatoes, or whatever it is that you're making. Put spinach. Okay, I heard a beep, so I thought the thing quit recording. It's still recording. Good. Okay, great. Just double checking. Okay, so that's hubby's. Let's get him some bacon. And let's put some bacon on this one that's got a lot of potato in it. It's going to be a really yummy one. And this one's mine. You gotta remember to pay attention on which ones. Oh, you know how I'll know? Mine's the one that's going to have the veggies and onions in it. His will not. That's how I'll know which is his and which is mine. That's what makes it kind of easy when you're making specialty items for our picky eaters in our home. But we want to make them happy, so. And he works very hard for our family, so I like to give him what he likes. Okay, so all this is going to go in the garbage because we don't want that one burnt bacon and that fatty bacon. Okay. So now let me add my veggies to mine. These are just green and red bell peppers. And I don't season my stuff. I don't do hardly any salt because the bacon has a lot of salt. And so I don't season it at all. If I think once I'm taking a bite I need some salt, then I add it on my plate. Okay, so that worked out good. 6 for him and 6 for me. Onions. So hubby's going to get the one with all the potatoes in it. I think he'll like that. We love our starches. And as you can tell, that's why we're so chunky. But you know what? You do you. Don't forget, do your own research when it comes to anything you're cooking for yourself or for your family. So that way you know what you do or don't do. You could use, I use my fingers because I know they're clean. I just wash them because I wash up after each time I do something with soap. And I dry them well, and I'm just pushing it all down because I want the bacon and the veggies and the potatoes to all sink down to the bottom. And again, like I said, they're going to swell when they get cooking. Okay. Now let's pop them in the oven. Okay, I'm going to swing you over just a tad so you can see step by step what's going on. Okay, here we go. I'm going to set my timer. I have a timer on the oven, but I don't care to use it. So I'll set my timer for 14 minutes, and then we'll check them, and we'll bring you back. Okay, we're done. It took actually 22 minutes for them to cook, and you can see I took one out. You really should wait about 5 to 10 minutes for it to kind of cool off before you take it out of the pan. Okay, but see how they rose? And this one is the one that had all the chunk of potatoes in it that hubby's getting. But I went ahead and took one out. I like to use a Teflon coated pan because I don't want to use any metal to scratch up my pan. But see how toasty it got? And then the back of it's all done and cooked. I'm going to do a little taste test because this one's mine. See, look how yummy all the veggies are in there. My onions, my bacon, potatoes, breakfast sausage. This is a complete breakfast. Typically I would eat this with hot sauce, but I can't do hot sauce no more because I have bad heartburn. So for me it's just salt and pepper, but I'm going to taste it without any salt and pepper. And let me get in the video here. That is yummy. And I was correct. Because of the bacon, I'm not adding any salt to mine. But of course you do you. You do what's best for you. But I definitely would add a little bit of pepper. Hubby's got his salt. Me and my pepper. And of course, once it's done, you can always sprinkle like paprika, put some parsley on top of it, add any little seasonings you want to put on top of it. And that's it. Now I wanted to show you what I've done with my bacon greases. We don't always do this, is I save my bacon grease. And I just put it in a little pint jar. You can see I had already made some jalapeno candy jelly in this jar before. I just went right through it because there's some kind of something on it. This was a gift. This was given to me. I get a bunch of jars given to me because I'm always posting on Facebook that I need some jars, need lids, rings, whatever. Because so many people get them and they don't want them. They don't have a need for them. So instead of them just throwing them away or giving them to Goodwill, I ask for them. So every few months do that with all your friends and just post it and we'll see how many you get. So there's something yucky on it. It's hard. I tried to take it off, but whatever was written on there before, but it wasn't. So I just put a line through it, and I've got in here bacon grease. This is going to sit in my fridge, and it's going to get hard, and all the little sediments are on the bottom. Sometimes I like those sediments, like when I'm doing some green beans, fresh green beans. I just put a little bit. I don't put a lot. I just put a little bit to get a flavor of the bacon grease when I'm doing some sauteing some green beans, saute some mushrooms, saute just some veggies. So you just do a little bit. Now of course this is not really totally low cal, but I'm doing it for flavor, and I'm doing a very, very small amount, like one little dab, like maybe something the size of this. Okay, so for a whole pan of sauteed green beans, and that's all I'm doing because I'm just doing it for flavor. Now I do spray my pan, but I sprayed the pan first with a silicone spray, a cooking spray, that I just dribble a little bit of this hard bacon grease into that when I'm sauteing my veggies. Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. But anyway, that is my take on breakfast muffins, which is very easy. Dehydrated potatoes. You could of course have done dehydrated veggies, but I didn't have any. I had already used mine all up. You can also do, if you want to do your freeze-dried eggs or dehydrated eggs. I do dehydrated eggs also. But the dehydrated eggs, I personally like to use them when I'm doing a cooking baking recipe that calls for eggs. But anyway, that's my take. Gonna take another bite. Really good. Yummy, yummy. Freeze and put them all in a Ziploc baggie. Take all the air out. Freeze them. They're good for like 3 to 5 days. My hubby and I, we personally don't like them after 2 days. There's a texture to the egg that we don't care for. So that's why I'd rather just get up about an hour early and just make them that day. But because I went ahead and I'm going to just show this with the video. He's got to set, I'm going to set. So we're set for the next 2 days because we really should only eat 2 of these a day and that's it. But if he's extra hungry, you know what? He's an adult. He can eat what he wants, how much he wants. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Bye-bye.